Good day, family. God bless you. It's the time you've been waiting for. Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard, your resource and information show for people getting better with age. Well, I am so excited. We have a phenomenal show today. We're going to be talking to Miss Phyllis Timpo. Let me tell you, a very, very, very busy lady. We're going to talk about releasing the silence for upcoming conference that you do not want to miss. And we're going to talk about super aging. Tell your friends, Senior Talk is live. Everyone stay tuned. We'll be right back after our commercial opening. All right, that's me doing live, y'all. I'm getting better. These old stinky computers. We're going to work it out. Here we go.
You're doing great.
All right, here we go. All right, family. As mentioned, we are here live. This is Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard, your resource and information show for people getting better with age. Woo, let me tell you, this is a busy month. This is April. This show is being featured in the month of April, which is also National Minority Health Month. So we're going to dive into a little bit of those topics. But today I had to pull aside Phyllis Timpo. She normally is on roller skates. I have seen her at a community event of Chicago that is moving into an economic, or not so much economic, but into a phase where we're educating and informing our people getting better with age, which is known as seniors. So without further ado, I want to welcome to Senior Talk, the only one, Miss Phyllis Timpo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today, dear?
Thank you so much, Claire. I'm doing great. Happy to be here. How are you?
I am well. I am well. Well, we're coming up on a big conference. But before we do this, let's talk about and tell our listening and viewing audience who is Phyllis Timpo, what you do, your title, and what beautiful organization that you belong to. My beautiful friends at UFC. But go ahead, girl.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us. My name's Phyllis Timpo. I'm the Director of Community Engagement, Outreach, and Recruitment at the Healthy Aging and Alzheimer's Research Care Center. We like to call it the HAARC Center. So we are a new research organization at the University of Chicago, and we are really passionate about doing research that has a real life impact on people. And so we partner with community organizations and community members to research people and interventions to have a real impact on people's lives. And so not just research that people do and sits in papers, but research that really helps people.
Absolutely. So what is this element that you're serving in the super aging division? Tell us more about that, because one of my favorite singers, oh my goodness, across the nation, William Scott is a big part of it. And we're going to do something for him special in May, which is Older Americans Month. But let's talk about the super aging element that you're working with.
Yeah, one of our big studies here is called the Super Aging Research Initiative. And Mr. Scott is one of our participants and one of our ambassadors and a great outreach worker for the super aging study. But so at our PI, Dr. Emily Rogowski, noticed that there are some people who are in their 80s that seem to not have the normal age-related cognitive declines that we see. Usually most people after they're 80 have some kind of memory loss, but she realized, and other researchers realized, that there's a group of people who are over 80 who seem to be getting better as they age. And so
that's my tag.
Wanted to study that. Yeah, and I think you have found the similar thing and why you created this platform, because you realize that, not all aging is bad and not everyone is aging and seeing declines and everything. Some people are getting better with age, trying new things, still have good memories, still very healthy. And so we are studying those people to try to understand what's special about them. Special about their brains, what's special about their lifestyles, what they eat, what's special about their family histories that make them seemingly immune to the later in life age-related declines that we see. And so we really just want to change the face of aging, similar to you, and show that People in their 80s are vibrant, passionate, they have hobbies, they have social lives. Our super agers are very busy. You can tell by Mr. Scott, they're always on the go. It's hard to keep up with them.
Right.
One of our super agers is on an Amtrak train across the West Coast right now.
What?
They're always planning vacations. One of our participants did semester at sea in January, and she's 93. Our oldest participant is 109. And she lives alone. Last time we saw her, she baked us some jam. That was her first time making the recipe, and it was delicious. And so it's just really studying this vibrant group of people that kind of blow up our typical aging stereotypes. And we're not seeing people that are kind of hunched over and in wheelchairs or in the bed, not able to move, not able to talk, not able to remember, but people that have full lives well into their 80s.
Oh, I love what you said. And that's the whole premise of my show coming up on May 1st, celebrating just 13 years of bringing that advocacy, because people are living longer.
Yeah, they're living longer.
And one of the things that we want to tackle is having our youth see that aging is not a, if I could say, a disparity. It's a good thing. People are living longer, they're shopping, they're traveling, as you mentioned, some are dating.
Lots
and
are dating.
A lot of them are dating. So let me do this. I took the liberty of pulling out the video that you have on super aging. I want to share with our viewing and listening audience. Everyone stay tuned. We'll be right back after this beautiful message from Healthy Aging. Hold on one second.
The Healthy Aging and Alzheimer's Research Care Center, or HAARC Center, is a relatively new center here at the University of Chicago, established in 2023 to bring together as a scientific and multidisciplinary hub for doing research related to aging and dementia. So as a multidisciplinary scientific hub, we want to have not only neurologists and neuroscientists, but we want to have social workers, we want to have epidemiologists, we want to have geneticists, we want to have neuropathologists, and we want to bring together the best of each of those disciplines to tackle this really complex challenge associated with aging and understanding how we can maximize our aging trajectories.
Some of the things that I'm most excited about what HAARC is doing is to study what we call super agers. These are individuals who really are performing much better than they should be based on their age and other factors on their memory scores and their memory tests. My team plays an important role in the research of these super agers, and our area of focus is in genetics. And so we are very interested in trying to identify those genetic factors that might be associated with being a super ager.
Super agers' brains maintain a lot of their cortical thickness. And so super agers, who are all above the age 80, do not have significantly different atrophy from people in their 50s and 60s. And the current studies we have going on are looking at the longitudinal rate of that thinning that's happening. One of the most powerful things about neuroimaging is instead of having just a single time point where you can look at someone, you can look at their brain over time. And so we scan super agers every 2 years, and we can then estimate the rate of the thinning of this cortex.
We have individuals who are wearing wearable sensors in their daily lives, and they can measure sleep, they can measure motor function, they can measure activity, and we can do this with great precision.
The sensors really provide us an opportunity to look outside of clinic measures and into their everyday lives to get a more precise and objective measurement of what those behaviors are, so that we can think about how do we build out education programs or even understand the mechanisms of aging differently.
So the super aging study is really multidisciplinary in nature, and it is now international. So we are recruiting individuals across the US and Canada so that we can identify not only factors that might be just locally important in one region, but diversifying both in region, but also the racial ethnic diversity of the individuals that we're enrolling.
It's really important to diversify our research, and it really starts within our center. We have a very diverse staff, our research assistants, our researchers. We try to recruit people who are very diverse, so then when people come in the outside, they can see people that look like them. Here in research, they may have a research assistant that reminds them of their grandson or their nephew. And it just really helps to kind of demystify the process, and really another way that we can just build trustworthiness in what we're doing.
Well, I did the study, and I'm intermingling with the other participants and enjoying myself really tremendously. It's a whole new world that's opened up. And we think of old as separate from everybody else, but intermingling with the young people and learning from them and getting into the tech age just enhances the life I live now.
I feel very lucky to have been invited to be in this. I never thought of myself as a super ager, but as I go along, I recognize how fortunate I am to be as healthy as I am and as mobile as I am at almost 93.
I think part of the reason that I have lived as long as I have and as well as I have is because I'm an optimist. From what I've learned so far, there's optimism sort of underlies the study to some extent. And so there's more and more of us older people, and as long as we can be constructive and contribute to society, that's a good thing.
That's the best thing about the program, in that they are interested in documenting and researching what is making me continue to be like this at this age. And I want to be involved with something that's doing something to help other people, do better.
One of the things that my research has been really focused on is the mechanisms and the drivers of disease related to primary progressive aphasia. Communication Bridge was started over a decade ago with this idea of how do we connect individuals to an expert clinician.
What the Communication Bridge 3 trial does is reduce the barrier to living. The second is our ability to optimize access to healthcare and high quality healthcare through our telehealth approaches. And the third is really revolutionizing how we measure the impact of these interventions.
Because we have this global outreach, it gives us the opportunity to reach folks where they're at, and it reduces barriers to access to care.
The speech therapist was really good.
We also thought the script program or assignments were very helpful.
So I think one of the most exciting things about the HAARC Center is that we're not only doing rigorous science, but we're rooted in the community. We want to have our research be informed by and in partnership with those who are around us. And so there's this great opportunity to leverage the incredible talent that's in and around the University of Chicago, bring folks together to tackle the complex challenges of aging, Alzheimer's, and related dementias, and to think of creative opportunities to provide interventions, whether those interventions are pharmacological in nature or non-pharmacological in nature.
Really? What an awesome, let me say, I am going to fall out of my seat. One of my other favorite singers was a choir director in my church years ago, LaWanna.
Oh, really? It's such a small world. Yeah, Miss Weathers is great. She's an amazing lady. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a dynamo. Love her, love her, love her. And it's good to see. And I love her daughter who supports her efforts, even living out of state, but still celebrates her and comes and checks on her mother, So, oh my good to see her there and know she's 80 plus and getting better, and along with William Scott and the other ones. And the one word I'm going to take with me through this process is, one lady said, optimistic. She remains optimistic. That is what is sustaining her. We can't beat that anywhere in the world and maintain that optimism. So thank you. I'm so glad I found that video and allow me to share that. And that shows the work of what you all are doing. And we need more of it. And now that it's across the country, we definitely got some work to do. So everyone, let me tell you, we're going to dive now into something really, really, really exciting. And that is the upcoming Release the Silence Conference, which will be taking place on Saturday, April the 27th. If you want more information, 800-272-3900 is the number, or definitely you can call our Senior Talk office at 312-428-6919, and we'll get you that information. So tell us about Release the Silence. Where's this title coming from? What are we expecting at this upcoming conference?
Yeah, so in partnership with the Alzheimer's Association, our center, I'm co-chairing the Release the Silence conference. This is our second year doing it. And really, we realize that in our community, Alzheimer's disease and dementias are something that's really impacting us. And when you talk to people and sit down, everybody knows somebody or is a caregiver for somebody or has a family member that has passed from dementia, but it's not something that we're really talking about. We're not talking about what the resources are. We're not talking about how to protect our brain health. We're not talking about what is the journey of this disease. And so this conference is really to release the silence about this disease and just have open conversations about this disease in the community with professionals, with people who have resources to help people fight this disease. And so this year, our theme is Race into Action, which stands for Resource Awareness, Community, Resources, and Education, because we really are focused on research. Last year, we released the silence and had a very open conversation about it. But this year, we want to get into action and see about what we can do to help fight this disease. And research is a great way to fight this disease, not only by helping yourself by understanding the disease more, but helping the future. And getting involved in research, make sure that when they find cures and interventions to fight this disease, that we are included in this. And we know that the cures that they find can work for us. Because right now, a lot of Alzheimer's dementia research does not involve us. And so the cures and the treatments that are finding, we're not sure how they'll impact us. But the way to be certain about that we're involved in the cure is to get involved in research. And we're very lucky in Chicago that there's so many research centers that are doing this work that you can get involved with and get involved with research and really help to join this fight against Alzheimer's disease.
Absolutely. One of the things you mentioned, I think we need to take a look back and also include what you mentioned. We hear about mental health. We also hear a big push about heart health. And we now need to include in the conversation brain health.
Absolutely.
I like that. We need to make that more visible. So I'm glad about the conference. So I know this is going to be on this coming Saturday, the 27th. And so what is the structure of the day? What can those who are attending expect?
Yeah. So we will start out the day. We have over 30 vendors that are going to be there, all with great resources from healthcare organizations, counseling organizations, all to help you. So it'll start in the morning with breakfast and a resource fair. So you can go around and visit all the resource tables. And then we're going to open up with a keynote speaker, Pastor Terrell Wheat from Greater New Life Covenant will open us up in prayer, and then we will start with a keynote, and then we'll have lots of community conversations. So these conversations will be about legal and financial planning. They will be about the journey of dementia. So talking about dementia from the beginning to the end. We know that Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disease, and so looks like when you get it is not what it looks like when you may pass. And so really talking about what that journey looks like for the person who has a diagnosis and the family who's caring for them. And then we're going to talk about research. So talk about the latest advances in research and care and kind of where we are and how to join research and how to advocate for yourself as a research participant. There will be people who are involved in research to talk about their experiences being research participants, how they get involved, what the experience is like, what others to expect. And so we'll have social workers, we have neurologists, we have clinical neuropsychologists, we have financial experts, lawyers, anyone that you can think of that can help through this journey of Alzheimer's disease and dementia will be in the building. So I really encourage anyone, if you have someone in your family that you're caring for, if you are worried about your own brain health, if you want to just know what you can do to prevent and keep your brain healthy, this is the place to be this Saturday. There'll be breakfast, there'll be lunch. We're going to end the day with a wonderful conversation with a family who has had this journey with their loved one who has now passed, to really talk about what that experience was like for them, how they navigated the journey, and what advice they can give people who are going through the journey now. So it's going to be a full packed day, full of resources, full of information. I'm super excited.
Well, let me say, I had to make a moment just to bring you on because we were at a presentation earlier this month, and just the conversation on the caregiver is a whole nother element in regards to those who are caring for someone with dementia. And so there's knowledge that we need to know that dementia is the umbrella. Alzheimer's falls under it, along with other titles. And so the education is what we want our community to really gravitate to. If you're listening or viewing, because this is going to go on wherever you get your podcasts or information from, and a couple of radio stations that I'm sharing across the country, literally, we want you to be in partnership. As we mentioned, you know, the information is first of all, it's at no cost.
Yeah.
Hello, America. Hear me. It's at no cost. There are some places you have to go and get this information, and with breakfast and lunch served. But bring your questions. Please don't be afraid to come. It's going to be at the beautiful Greenwood Oasis. Is that the title? Am I mistaken?
That's the title of the building where New Life Covenant has their services. So it will be in that building. It's a beautiful space. We're so thankful for them for their partnership. There will be social workers on hand and doctors on hand that are sitting at a table if you want to take them into a private room to have a conversation, to get some information about you and your family. So really anything that you can think of related to how to fight this disease will be there and be ready to help.
Absolutely. And what I said, and as we mentioned in the previous event, we were with our beloved Peer Plus Education and Training Advocates. No question is a dumb question. I'm going to just say it like that. You can best believe if it's not you, somebody else is looking for the same question. And so the experts are going to be on part. They're going to be on site to have the conversations. They're sensitive and they have empathy towards your situation. And we don't know, anyone can be affected. Actually, dementia doesn't even have an age now. Yeah. I've known people as early as 37 in some regards, some people in their 50s, you know, so some things just, it doesn't have an age, but the challenge in that we're pushing our community is to get the education, get the knowledge, hear from the experts. Please don't try to self-diagnose.
Yeah. Please. There'll be people there to talk about early onset, like you were mentioning. The Alzheimer's Association has wonderful resources for people going through this journey. And so this is one of their outreach strategies to reach our community, to get the word out about their resources, to get the word out about what is happening with this disease in our community, because these conversations just aren't really happening. And we often talk about all, like you said, all the other health disparities, but brain health is a big one and it impacts so many things. And we know our brain and our heart are all connected. And so everything is working together. And so we need to learn about what's happening in our brain the same way we learn about our heart and our blood pressure and our diabetes. Our brain health is the same way.
Absolutely. So what would be your closing remark for our listening and viewing audience? Everyone, you're going to call 800-272-3900 if you are listening and or viewing, and to sign up for the Release the Silence Conference, Saturday, April 27th at Greenwood Oasis, right there in the heart of the South Side of Chicago at New Life. Let me tell you, that place is it's a magical place, and it's bringing the state-of-the-art downtown South Suburban convention space to the South Side. They have done it, and we love you, Pastor Hannah. We just love you like for real, though. But anyway, that's my church anyway. But I'm just excited that we have a venue in our community that can serve us, and it's owned by us. So that's a good thing. So what is your closing remark? You've been awesome, Phyllis. I just really like that super age, and we need to take that national. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Yeah. So if you are interested in the Super Aging Research Initiative, you can go to our website. At the HAARC.center@uchicago.edu. You can contact us, and we can, if you live in Atlanta or Wisconsin or Michigan or Canada, we can connect you to those sites. Or if you live in Chicago, we'd love to chat with you. If you are over 80 or know somebody who's doing well and active, I'd be happy to chat with them. I love meeting new super agers. And this Saturday, please, please, please join us. Even if you don't have anybody in your family or you're not impacted by this is information that you never know when you're going to use. It'll be live streaming. So even if you can't attend, you can sign up, register online and stream it. You'll get the link through the stream. And so please just come out next Saturday. There'll be so much good information. And I really just want our community to have these conversations and get the resources that are out there.
Absolutely. So thank you for that notice, because what I want to do is I would love to share the streaming on the website so we can talk further. If I could share the streaming on my website, I would love to do that, and that we can make it super one-stop clickable to everyone in my list of people to join the conversation or be a part of that conference. So That'll be really, really, really cool.
Yes, yes, I will share that with you so we can get that. I put the website of the Super Agers website and the Release the Silence website in the chat. So everyone, go to those two sites if you're interested in super aging, if you're interested in the conference, and I will be there to chat about either one there. So come check us out, meet me, meet other people. Really we say that it's gonna be all my friends in the same place. Everyone who cares about this disease and everybody who is working towards this disease is gonna be in the building on Saturday. So don't miss it.
Right. I encourage everyone. That's really you gotta attend. You can't figure it out. You can't, I mean, if you need to send somebody, you can't make it, we understand, but please note that we're going to be working in partnership with a lot of church and faith-based ministries who have people getting better with age who may need this. So if you miss this date, let me start off. If you can make it, please do so. If you can't, then we're going to connect you with Phyllis Timpo, and we're going to come to you. There are many organizations that have groups that get together. I mean, the red hat, pink hat, whoever. Wherever you go, barbershop, we'll do it all. We will come to you because this disease does not discriminate, put it like that. And we're here to serve everyone. So it's been a pleasure.
And not only does it not discriminate, we are more impacted. We are twice as likely to get Alzheimer's disease and dementia in our community. So it is impacting us more than it's impacting other people. So it's really time to have these conversations and release the silence.
Absolutely. And what we tell people is that, it's our chance to take care of our community.
Absolutely.
Those who are getting better with age, you need to participate for your children and your grandchildren. Maybe you could be the vehicle of someone that says, you know what, I can do better to be a branch so my family can be more educated and informed.
Absolutely.
We're going to work that out. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Phyllis.
Thank you so much for creating this platform to talk about aging. And thank you so much for having us on. You are really a blessing to the community and so happy to partner with you on future things.
Oh my goodness, you the best, you the best. But everyone, please remember, in complete darkness, we are all the same. It is only our knowledge and wisdom that separate us. And we will see you next time for Senior Talk with Clara Hubbard. Everyone, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.